Hello everyone, and welcome back to the game Katawa Shoujo. Where we left off, well, we just got to the new school that we were going to. So, let's begin. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black whelped iron, and grey plaster assembled into a hull that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if that looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably not. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on that thing about the gate for too long, so I entered it with a brisk pace. If that's surprisingly good. Just going to turn the volume down. Of course, yeah, I think we're over the start. Okay, so moving forward feels good. So, I walk towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of ground the school would have, more like a park with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. Makes me shudder. Ooh. I'll shake them off, stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. Is what it is. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies, too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about the schools. It's an uncanny valley, even though I was told this is my new school. In the back of my head it doesn't feel like one. Wonder if a feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, don't see anyone else here. It's kinda eerie. Makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself into something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. Makes me think about the hospital again, how they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming colour. So, why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Only I stand in front of a haughty main building, surprise myself by realising why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there is absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous, and with this realisation set in my head, I open the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be Nikki? Okay. So you are. Excellent. I'm your Emerald teacher and science teacher. My name is Muta. Welcome. Exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy. And he looks at me and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asks you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the centre of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Here's what I'm going to say there. For one of these options, I don't think this one has an effect, but I will say here again. Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be at the centre of attention. Probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give a first impression of myself. Right, it's no problem. Let's go then. heart is pounding in my chest and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow up the teacher up the stairs. Third door down the third floor is marked as a classroom for class 3-3. Luto opens the door and enters. Good morning everyone, sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. It's a big step. I know that there isn't any point to worrying so much about it. At least not this soon. Follow the teacher into the classroom and walk around, afterwards so I won't have to meet the curious gaze of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left over around and in between the desks. The entire wall is taken up by blackboards, and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. Students' desks are standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books, and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple, efficient. Stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school, but then why would they be here? Probably like me and have something to do with them, and it's not just immediately obvious. Then, unless one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand, it's all jarring. Despite a natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. Notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me, a girl with really long straight hair that is pretty eye-catching as she sees me looking back at her. She covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible. There is one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone that young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions, sign language. She peers at me over the rim of her glasses and goes back to whatever she was doing. She's kind of cute, besides the cheery looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. Don't know how I didn't notice her at the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hands, and so does everyone else, except one girl in the first row who has only one hand. Cringe and little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. Collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm He Sound Guy. And after that, my hobbies are reading, football. Yeah, I know it's not soccer, but football. It's not soccer, it's football. Anyway, tangent aside. Hope to get along with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly what every self-introduction ever. This is like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seemed to be satisfied, even with what little I said, although a few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. Could have been worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones on about getting along with while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. First row girl claps on this round with one hand against her wrist. That ends in a bandage stunt. Makes me feel a little bad. I'm going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Akamichi. She is the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else will be able to do that better. I think this is where I will end for the time being. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.